Greetings, YouTube. It is impossible to be apolitical. This is not going to be a popular position for me to take. If you vote for a candidate, you're doing your duty as an American citizen. And even if you vote for the GOP, which is the wrong choice always, you are at least choosing a political ideology and an agenda that's going to destroy America. But if you don't vote, or you decide, well, I don't like any of these candidates, I'm just going to go third party, you're actually just making a decision of another kind. The third party one just means you're not putting someone into office that's going to stop a member of the Republican Party. And again, that's the wrong choice. I understand that we should have more parties in America. I understand that we should have proportional voting so you could list which candidates you want to win in the order you want them to win. So if the one doesn't, then your vote goes to the next one. I get that. That would be a better system. But we have to deal with the system we have now. The system we have right now is you have to do everything under the sun to stop the GOP. Period. But if you don't vote, you are also making a political position. You're taking a political position. You're saying that I am happy with the status quo, and I am happy with other people making decisions for me. Now, if the political fallout of an election were only to affect you, the lazy person that doesn't want to do their duty as an American citizen who doesn't vote, then I wouldn't have a problem with it. If you were the only person affected by that decision, it would be like any other decision in life. But your lack of engagement is going to affect other people. Yes, I know it's a radical concept, but there are people beyond your fingertips. And if you don't vote, you're harming them. So rather than an act of personal suicide, not voting is more akin to detonating an IED vest in public. You've decided to kill yourself and the people around you. Why? Because you're too friggin' lazy to do your duty as an American citizen. Now, if you think I'm just aiming this at the voters of the GOP, you'd be wrong. I'm also aiming this particular position at all of the liberals out there. For example, the white feminists that can't be bothered to include women of color in their feminism, or trans women in their feminism, or sex workers in their feminism. Yeah, that's not an apolitical stance. That's a political stance. You're excluding people that need to be included in feminism and need to be included in society and benefit from the privileges and protections of society. So I'm calling bullshit on your exclusion. I'm also calling bullshit on the voters that just couldn't hold their nose to vote for Clinton. Oh, she's so distasteful, I can't vote for her. So instead of voting for her, you either stayed home, were lazy, and failed your American duty, or you voted third party and helped put a fascist in the White House, because the number of places where a third party vote didn't hurt us were very limited. I am aware there was a few of them, and those people get passes, but by and large, they weren't the norm. The norm is you need to keep the GOP out of every single political position that there is. Dog catcher all the way up. There is no such thing as an apolitical position. Everything is politics. Everything has always been politics. Everything always will be politics. So don't give me this bullshit about saying you can't sell your hands, all you white liberals out there. Or you can't vote for that candidate because, they support gay people, or they support trans people, or they think sex workers are human beings that deserve protection as workers. Or they like immigrants. I just don't like those immigrant folks. Because there are racists within the quote-unquote liberal progressive community, just like there are racists among the GOP base. They're just a lot more polite for the most part. But they live in all white places, send their kids to all white schools, and make a very strong effort to make sure that none of those people that aren't white get into their communities or into positions of power. Everything is politics. All the way down. It isn't turtles, folks. it's politics. So disavow yourself of the idea that there's a political stance in the world that doesn't affect others, because everything you do and say is a political stance. There is no such thing as apolitical.